Hello traders, welcome to this morning's Bitcoin and cryptocurrency update. Today I am going to be going over some of the local price action that we have seen over the past couple of days, and also to give you my targets both to the upside and to the downside. So first of all, I do just want to cover the move that we did have overnight, and also let's just give a bit of context to this for what we've had so far this week. So we can see we started the week. We did have these highs that were put in, this like double top kind of thing, and we got our first trade really, which we were looking for to start the week off of this swing failure pattern of the lows and into our daily level here. Now this did give some really good trade opportunities off of this. Okay, so we had our move down, we got the long, and then what happened is we created that Trident Quasimodo pattern and we came back into our golden pocket. So you see here the change of market structure coming down, changing market structure, taking out your highs, coming into your reference level being here and here. And then we have a nice move initiated out of that. And then once again, what happened with our resistance off of this was we did come straight into that same kind of level that we're looking at, which also lined up really nicely with this support resistance level that we see coming basically from all the way kind of from back here, this 57,200 area. It's quite a clear support resistance level when you see the resistance here, it flipping into support, and then it becoming resistance once again. So very simple stuff, and this did give us another move down off of this. Now, once again, this did give us another opportunity to take along. We have now changed our local market structure, okay, so we do need to be aware of that. We could be seeing possibly further moves to the downside, but we also need to be aware that this could come back. We're trading this basically as a range right now with our lows down here and our highs up here. So the area that we just came into, okay, so we do have this daily level on our chart. This again is another significant level. This was an untouched daily from the 12th of August, and it was also our naked point of control here. So if we do pull that fixed range from our daily, then we do get this point of control coming in there as well. Now there are other confluences with this. I won't go over all of them. There's quite a few. But the other thing that I did find quite significant and that I do like to trade was we had our 1-to-1 fib extension coming in here as well. So if we go from our high down to our low and back up to our high again, this gives us our 1-to-1, giving us confluence with all of these levels. So naked point of control, daily level, and our 1-to-1 for this mini downtrend that we're in, all coming in around here. So we got a bounce off of that, okay? This has been quite a nice trade so far. And you would have to say that if we do zoom in a little bit more, what is happening right now on price action is, first of all, you add your initial balance onto this. You can see we've had a move outside of the initial balance and we are holding. You can add confluence with that with our session VWAP. We've had a move up above our initial balance. We've taken that out. We've come into VWAP and we have so far got a bounce off of that and are holding that as support. However, we do also have some resistance right above us. And very simply, that is you pull your fib from down up there to down here, and once again there is our golden pocket. So I have just taken a short this morning. I took profit on this when I woke up. I didn't take a trade, I was still kind of half asleep, but now that we've come back into this level, I have just taken a short position off of this and I am looking for lower. My short is basically at this stage something around here, looking up towards these highs and looking to take out some of the liquidity below. In fact, realistically, if we get through this level, I'll just let my long run. So at the moment, I'm kind of hedged both ways. Whichever way that this market does decide to go, either my long will get stopped out if we do come back into initial balance, or my short will get stopped out and I'll let the long run if we do claim the golden pocket and see a move higher. And I would be looking at these areas of liquidity above us if we do get that move up. So once again, to find our next resistance level, so let's just start with that. To find our next resistance level, we can very easily again draw our golden pocket here, and we're looking up towards these highs, which gives us the confluence there. So we could see a move up into this area that gives us confluence, maybe a swing failure pattern off of that and take it down into the daily or something along those lines when we get there. Okay, so that's really the main idea for this long trade. Obviously, getting through all of this, we do have these highs, these highs above us, and then we do have our big zone of resistance that I was ultimately looking for the swing shorts off of this. Never quite got there, but I mean, I'll take these little shorts. They're fine by me. So yeah, these are, I guess, the levels to be aware of above us. So very simply, we do have 1, 2, and then you can extend these up into these highs. There's not really anything that technical really else to be looking at. We do have the confluence with these already, and of course we do now have a daily level which has been tested before already, but I just want to draw this on my chart again for just a little added extra. Now that we're up here again, if we do come up towards these levels, then there is this to be aware of as well, just this daily level that's kind of, if you come up here, you may as well take out these highs as well. So that's kind of my thinking for the potential move up after this so far. But we are in a local downtrend, okay? So we have had obviously 1, 2 of these moves down, and again we can see our high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and low, lower low, lower low, and lower low. Okay, so we are in this little mini downtrend so far this week, and that does mean that we do need to be looking below us mainly in order to look for levels lower. So these ones, the areas that I am looking for to the downside, again, are quite simple. You can just draw on these lows, the liquidity below here, but realistically, any of these could kind of bounce, and I would play a bounce off of any swing failure pattern off of these levels. So if we do roll over and we take out these lows, I would probably play a bounce up into this daily, but I'd still hold a short, obviously, and then maybe we come back down, maybe we get another little bounce here, maybe we get a bit of chop, but ultimately I'm looking for this green box area down below us here. Okay, so within this area, we do have our monthly open. We do also have another daily level that is below all of this liquidity, again, not been tested yet. Okay, so when we've come through here, we've not come back and actually tested this daily level at 42,245. So we do have this big area of support, in my opinion, coming down here. Now, obviously, as well, we do have these single prints, so we have to be aware that there are these single prints down here. They could all fill, and that's why this box can basically take you all the way, well, realistically, all the way down here, and we just have to monitor it. This is an area I am looking to buy quite heavily if we come down into this zone, and I do think that has the potential to give us the fuel and to fill all the inefficiencies on the chart that could lead to a move higher up. And it would just be very similar to what we saw just back here, would it not? Like we had the distribution at the highs, we had the double top thing going on up here, and then we have a grind down into taking out some lows, okay, grind down into this area before getting something like this and moving on up again from there. Okay, so that's one of the plans. And I do also want to mention that both technically, I am looking probably slightly more edge to the downside on this now that we are seeing this rounded top looking formation. Oh my God, this rounded top kind of formation playing out. Okay, so I am looking more to the downside, at least until we change market structure. But right now, that's all the way up here. But I also do want to, I think everyone should be aware of just the global situation that is going on right now. Now, crypto is a funny thing, and the people that trade crypto are often quite funny creatures as well. Okay, so let me explain that. I think basically crypto traders and Bitcoin traders are so keen to go a little bit crazy. They just get overly excited when some madman billionaire posts a tweet, or when some FUD comes out of China about mining or about exchanges, and really things that the real world does not care about in any way. Okay, this is a financial market. This is trying to play with the big boys. This crypto FUD doesn't really mean much, okay? It's used to shake people out of their money. It's not actually going to affect the market in any way. However, when we have pretty serious political and global stuff going on, like we had with the virus, like we're having now with the situation going on, I won't say where it is because I don't know if obviously YouTube are going to be blocking out anything to do with these words, but I think everyone's aware of what's going on in the world. You do have to be aware of that, okay? And that's going to affect oil prices, it's going to affect gold, it's going to affect the stock market, it's going to affect crypto. If we really are considering this to be a proper financial market, it's going to affect it, and you have to be aware of that, okay? So although I don't trade crypto news because it's nonsense most of the time, if there's something big going on in the world and there's the potential for a black swan event, which there is right now, this isn't just one country, this could escalate into much more, then of course we have to be aware of that, and we have to like manage risk in these situations. It could go through some serious volatility. We're seeing it in the stock market, and yeah, just be aware and just be cautious, okay? Doesn't mean you can't trade this stuff, but there is the potential for fireworks on the charts, okay? And you don't want to be overexposed, especially when you're at the highs of arranged in long positions at this point, okay? Take your long trades, fine, okay? Take them at the technical levels, but make sure you're protected if things do turn against you, especially when we're going through times like this. Have a stop loss in place and know your invalidation, because things can very quickly turn against you, and that's when people lose all of their gains that they have made this year, okay? I'm not saying this is going to happen again. Things might just calm down a bit. The whole world situation might calm down a bit, but just, I think it's just good to be aware, and I do want to mention that in today's video because I know there's a lot of people that could be very overexposed into long positions up at these highs, and there is a long way down if okay, we've come up very, very fast. We could come down just as quickly. So just be aware of that. So yeah, I think that's my little a little bit of advice, I guess, for this non-financial advice. Of course, there is no financial advice in this video, but just, yeah, I'd say just be a bit careful. Anything else on the charts that I do want to go over? Having said that as well, I will be buying this area. So yeah, take everything I've said with, I guess, a pinch of salt here. Let's actually just have a look at the stock market. So this is the other thing that I'm looking at in the stock market now. So it's quite a big move down that we've seen, and we have taken out quite a lot of this bullish market structure. What I don't want to be seeing on the stocks is a move back inside this range, because I do think if we do fall back inside the old range and we lose this daily level, then there's a good chance we come down below and we could go lower on this as well. And I think that would obviously, with crypto being in a big range and then breaking out of it, I'll just go back to the crypto chart. What you don't want to see stocks doing is doing the same thing, falling back into their range, because obviously if Bitcoin falls back into its range being, now this is obviously much higher time frame, but what you do not want to be seeing is crypto falling back, or Bitcoin falling back into this area here, because it does give us lower targets once again. Okay, so yeah, levels to the downside, levels to the upside, and I'm still long-term, medium-term bullish on this, but short-term just looking a bit more for shorts and just being a bit more careful on any long positions. It's the same with the alts, okay? So altcoins moving down. Ethereum did take out these lows. That got a quite nice bounce off of this, okay? But we knew the resistance was here on Ethereum. Let me just make this chart a bit clearer because it's not the most obvious. We knew the resistance on Ethereum, okay? We knew this was likely to see a retrace. And we did sell and hedge positions in this. It was holding this daily quite nicely, but then clearly has lost this now, and we're probably looking down towards this weekly level at our next support. Again, Ethereum has lost market structure. Okay, so we have lost this bullish market structure with our highs. Okay, now that we've lost that, I'm looking for shorts. So it's just a very simple thing. Doesn't matter what's going on in the world. Doesn't matter what else the chart is telling me. You change market structure, you look for shorts. Okay, if you're being bullish and you take out the market, yeah, if things have been bullish and you change market structure, you just flip it, okay? And if we see a sign of strength and we change market structure back to the upside again, then you flip it again and you turn it back into long positions and you start favoring those. Still trade it both ways, but just favoring now the short positions. Litecoin, again, here's our market structure. Here was the support that it was holding. We're not yet really taken out these lows. We did have a bounce off of this daily, but once again, I'd be looking for short positions on this. It's just the way that these charts are looking. Link, higher low, higher low, higher low. Changed market structure. Okay, if we come back up into here, I'd be looking for shorts. This gives us a, what's this? The Trident, the Quasimodo, the change of market structure. Come up here and I'd be looking for short positions, okay? So it's just very, very simple, okay? This was always likely to happen and we were going to see retraces, and now this is where we're seeing them. So we have had our first change of market structure across the board, across pretty much everything. And yeah, looking for more downside until it can reverse, and it could reverse here. You never know, okay? Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I want to go over on this video. Oh, the other interesting thing about this, and that does give us confluence to this level, is one of my old friends, the Anchored VWAP. Add that here. Where does it come in? Okay, it has acted as support once already. I would not be at all surprised to see it act as support again. So if we do get a move down into this monthly open, I would expect quite a significant bounce off of that. So yeah, that is everything I want to say. I will stop rambling on now, and thank you for watching this video. I'll catch you all in the next one. Cheers guys, bye.